All right, all right, all right. And welcome back, everyone, for an extra special episode. I'm super excited today. It's not Friday, my normal podcast show day, but we got so much going on this month. July is just, it's like Christmas in July. I'm like so excited. So today we have a special guest from Houston, Texas, my new friend, business partner, and CRM consultant, Robert Meyer, and we're going to be talking about the importance of a CRM today. I bring this up because I am shocked, Robert, at how many people I talk to that, number one, they don't know what CRM is. They don't know what it stands for. And number two, they maybe have one. They don't know how to use it. It's not really doing great for their lead generation. And I coach people on this stuff. So I was so excited when I met you and knowing that you had an amazing tool that I now use and share with my clients, that I wanted to talk to you about this today. And when we have salespeople and entrepreneurs out there right now who've had to pivot, just like you and me, like you and I, we met over breakfast. We didn't want to Zoom. We got together, good old fashioned, old school style, face to face, belly to belly, and having that opportunity to break bread together. But guess what? Then that was pre-COVID, right? And now people have got to do this digital marketing thing. They've got to find people on the World Wide Web and do it in a professional manner with giving value and following up with excellence. As I always tell people, the fortune is in the follow-up. So your message is timely, and I know that it will help my Healthy and Wealthy and Wise audience increase their sales results in last time. So that's why I brought you here today. So Robert, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'd love for you to share with the audience your background, your story, and we'll dive into the interview from there.
Well, very good. Hello, everyone. I'm just very excited to be here with this amazing woman, Lois. She is just all tops in my books. And so just to give you a little background, I did the corporate world. I did 30 years at Texaco. I actually, though, became very entrepreneurial and created a business inside of Texaco. And from there, that division was bought out with US Bank, worked there for another 12 years. And when I retired, I didn't want to sit home and do anything. So I started an energy business. And from there, I got involved in seeking customers and started studying digital marketing. And the first thing I found out was I needed a CRM. Most people don't even know what a CRM is, like Lois says. It's a customer management relationship tool. And so literally it's a method of building relationships so you can grow your sales.
And awesome. Keep going. Anything else you care to share? Because I love sharing people's stories, and anything more that you want to share with how you discovered, because you're such a good relationship builder, and that's an important thing. The CRM is great, but tell us a little bit more about why it's so important to build relationships, and then we'll dive into more of the CRM stuff.
And so it's to me, it's all about relationships. And actually, sometimes I will tell you it's not the product. And I'll give you an example. Some people that are into products, say like weight loss and stuff, if you go back years, they had a certain product, but today it's totally different. People may not be interested in that, but they are really interested in the industry and how to lose weight, whatever your product or service is. And so you need a tool where you can actually build that relationship and stay in front of your contacts and your customers, and the CRM system will actually allow you to do that.
So you're saying that Excel and sticky notes and note cards and Rolodexes are kind of antiquated?
Yes, a little bit. So and I will tell you another kind of the main reason, and it's kind of what I have found out, that the people that are the most successful are the ones that have the most relationships and the most follow ups. So, building a huge database of people that are customers or just interested in your products and services, that is so important. And if you understand that, then it starts opening the doors, what you need to be doing so that you can grow your relationship database so that you can be highly successful in what you're doing.
Yeah, I remember when I was fortunate. I'm 42 now, so I've been in sales and business for 20 plus years, and I've had a lot of success. And if it wouldn't have been for mentors like Zig Ziglar and Harvey McKay, all the greats that always said, number one, selling is service, and it's through relationships and people that know, like, and trust you. And how are you going to keep track of them and set a goal? Like, how big is your list? And Harvey McKay said his dad told him to shoot for 10,000. And so he went on to do that. And he became multi-millionaire and, best-selling author and all that kind of stuff. So how does someone get started? I called this How to Choose and Master Your CRM. How does someone get started in choosing the right CRM for them? Do you have any tips or advice on that?
Well, there are a lot of CRM systems out there. I will tell you that there's some that are very expensive. If you said what is the most expensive one, it's probably Salesforce, and it's you can put a lot of money in that. But there's a lot of CRM systems or sales database that work very well, and some of them are perfect for the business owners. And what I mean by that, you want something that's easy to use, but you want it connected. You want it connected to an email campaign so you don't have to move files around. You want it connected to landing pages so it's automatically bringing your prospects into your CRM system, and you want it divided where you can actually use it. I will tell you that I'm actually using my CRM system for 3 different businesses. And so you want something that makes it very simple for you so you know exactly what that group of contacts, what they are and what's inside of it. It might be somebody that's already done business with you, but it might be somebody that is interested in one of your products and service. So if you know that, it makes it very simple for you to start bringing content to them so that you're in a sense educating them and building that relationship just with the content on it.
Well, yeah, it's all about adding value. What you're talking about is adding value. And I remember when my first CRM that I ever used was Act. Have you ever heard of that one, or you've
Yes,
seen that one
very
before?
much so.
It didn't do landing pages. It didn't do any of that stuff because that was like 2001, I think I got it. And I'm so grateful that my mentor said, you have to have a CRM. Otherwise, I don't know where I'd be today. And I'm so glad that there's this evolution that CRMs now have the ability to create landing pages. And I've used yours, and it's I call it landing pages for dummies because I'm not a web tech savvy person, but they're so easy to make and so easy to use and can provide a lot of branding and a lot of value. So if someone's looking for a good CRM and they create a landing page, what do you recommend they put on it?
Well, for sure. I'll just give one tip that goes along when she talks about bringing value to people. So often, what I see is some of the people that have not been used to this, they're all about buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. That really gets old very quickly. And so, what you want to be thinking about is based on what your product or service is, how can you educate your prospects, your contacts on the benefits of what your products can actually do for them. Because really, they're not interested in your product, they're interested in those benefits that you can have. So when you're creating your landing page, there's a couple of things. It's benefits you're going to bring to them, but it's also they want to build an instant relationship with you. And so you want to put information like your pictures, your bios, information, because in a sense, they're buying you before they buy your product or service and stuff. So
Oh my gosh, I can speak to that because I fell, I don't want to say victim because I don't like that word, but I fell prey to that where I was always kind of like drinking the Kool-Aid of the company I was representing, right? I was selling my real estate broker before myself, or my network marketing product before myself, and people aren't buying necessarily what you're selling or your broker or your network marketing company. They're buying you, because if you move and change brokers or companies, you go with it, not that. So I think that's a great thing. And your CRM does offer the ability for people to brand themselves very simply without having to go out and spend thousands on SEO and digital marketing tools and website design and all of that kind of stuff. Yours kind of an all-in-one, and I like that.
it's also you want to be able to. It's almost like a lot of people that are afraid of blogs, and that's another area that if you bring that in and attach it to your landing pages, then your SEO starts really climbing because if you got good content coming in there, it's another way that you help your overall business and stuff. So that's just, you think it's hard, but sometimes these systems today are giving you the content, and they're just asking you, do you want to go ahead and post this to your blog? And they bring you a lot of valuable information, and so it's up to you. Or if you're creative, create your own too. So
Do you have any advice for someone who's new to CRMs and they get one that happens to have all the things that we're talking about, the landing pages, the email marketing campaigns, and then the follow-up phone calls and email reminders? Where does someone start? Because that's a lot. That's a
it's
lot if
there's a
you're
lot
doing it
in
on your
there.
own.
So what you want to do is kind of maybe check around. In a sense, that's what I did. I started trying to figure out how to use social media, how to do this. And I was very fortunate. I had a someone that I met that I started building a relationship up. He's actually lives in Dallas, and he recommended that I take a look at what I'm using today. And so at first, I wasn't marketing it. Literally, what I was doing was using it to gain customers and contacts, and I did it over and over. But it was so strong, and when I started talking to people, they had only a portion of what I had, and so then I started sharing with people, and to me, it's like I got a plate of cookies and I just asked people, are you interested in a chocolate chip cookie? If they are, wonderful, I help them. And if they're not, that's fine too, because other people like chocolate chip cookies. So that's my approach.
I love it. I love it. And what are you, I mean, there's a statistic too. This is why I do a lot of CRM coaching with my clients, the fortunes and the follow-up statistically. And I don't know if you have a different number. I'm always love to share with other successful experts, but I see that 80% of the sales happen on the 5th to the 12th contact. And a lot of people, they're not thinking of farming, they're thinking of hunting. It's like one and done, almost like a cold call, drive by on social media. That happens all the time. Like, yeah, they send you a private message, buy my stuff, and then they're not building a relationship. They're not doing a drip email campaign or phone calls or anything like that. So have you seen that it does take
Very,
quite a
very
few
much
follow-ups?
so. I mean, everything I tell you that's wrong, I know it's wrong because I did it all. Okay. So literally, I have a drawer full of business cards. And I was great at follow up once or twice, but that was about it. And so getting involved with the CRM system, now I've got a whole system that constantly stays in front of these contacts. So I'll tell you this: there's good news and bad news in this. And the bad news is today, there's just a very small number of people that want to buy your product or services. But the great news, over a period of time, next week, next month, next year, depending on your product, there is a huge group of people that want to buy your product and services. So once I learned that, then I understood that I have to stay in front of all of my contacts, because I don't know when they're ready to buy. But if I'm constantly bringing value to them, then when they're ready to buy, then I'm going to have a great shot of getting their business. And so it goes right along with what Lois is saying. And that's been my experience. And now most of my clients are coming from the group of people that are in my database that I've been in front of now for months. And it's just like on a constant basis, I'm bringing them value, educating them about what I have. And, and when they're ready to buy, then I've got a shot at it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's my mentors always said, think like a hunter, but work like a farmer. Your database is your farm. It's your gold mine. You'll reap what you sow. But Jim Rohn had a quote, phenomenal. If you don't plant seeds in the spring, you'll be begging in the fall. And a lot of people have that feast or famine business. And whenever that happens, the first question I'll ask is, do you have a CRM? And I can almost predict with almost 100% certainty that they don't have a CRM if they're struggling, if they're kind of doing this with their sales up and down, or they have a CRM, but it's so overwhelming. I'll be transparent with you. I have two CRMs. I have the one that you and I use, very affordable. In fact, because of the affiliate program, I now get it for free. So who cannot afford free, right?
Right.
And then I have the Cadillac of CRMs that I actually have to hire someone to run it for me because it's used for different purposes, but I have experienced both sides. And it's like anything, you can have a CRM and be paying the money and not using it and not getting the result, and that doesn't work either. So do you have any other advice for people when it comes to finding a CRM? What's a good price point should they be thinking about spending on a CRM that I would say would be affordable, gets the job done both on the database side, the list side, and the digital marketing side? What do you think is ballpark market price?
Well, when I first started, I started studying this whole digital marketing and social media and the CRMs and the email campaigns. And I started trying to do it all, but I had all these programs and it became, I'll say it was complicated. It was expensive. A person can spend a lot of money, but if you can find something that's simple and you can get it down to where it's costing you in that less than $100 or maybe a notch over it, there, we can show you a program that literally can do from end to end for you and give you a tremendous value. So it's simple and it's affordable. And I would say that's what you're really looking for. And then what you want is not only that, but you want some support. And so you want whoever you're working with to be able to support you, but you want to make sure you get a company that's strong enough that they can support you. What's really surprising is many of these companies now are converting to live Zoom support. And so you are able to get on live with whoever's talking with you. Some people have a hard time plugging in a computer. Other people, right, they just take off running. And so, but you want a support that'll take care of both of those situations.
That's awesome. You made me think of another question, and I don't know what your familiarity is, because one of the biggest, I guess, most popular ones that people like to start out with is like the free version of MailChimp or the free version of HubSpot. What do you think about starting out with those options?
It's all I can say is, in a sense, I kind of did some of that too, but it became very limited what
Me
I was
too. Yep.
doing, and I was trying to move files around. I was trying to create content, um, so what I wanted was something where it all worked together and it was all integrated. And so that was really what the driving thing was, because it became very time consuming. And since I was working a couple of businesses at the time, then I wanted things that were very efficient and it actually worked. And so that's what I was interested in. So when I found what I'm using today, I was very excited. It became very simple and very, very affordable compared to what I was spending.
That's awesome. Yeah, and you get what you pay for. I will be honest, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. I can tell you how much time I've wasted on so many different CRMs, and then you gotta export, and you gotta import, and you gotta export, and you gotta import. So I'm so glad that I found yours in having the ability to have it all in one-stop shop, and it's very affordable. And just so you guys know, if you're listening, we are gonna, if you want to, on Saturday, just 2 days away, July 11th. Why don't you tell them a little bit about our events that'll educate them on the CRM that we're using, that is CRM and digital marketing tools, landing pages, social media, SEO, all of that, all in one.
Yeah, our company, and this is kind of driven by the virus and stuff. There is a big need for people to understand they need an internet presence. And so it's really surprising. It's such a small percent of small business owners actually have an internet presence, a good, strong one. And so what they're doing, they've put together a group of experts to literally tell you about the new trends, tell you about some of the opportunities that are out there for digital marketing and what you can do. And then they're making some announcements, but they're literally allowing everyone to come in free for this. And for the training you're going to get, a lot of times you to spend a lot of money just to get it. So the company is putting this all together. It's free to you. If you will contact Lois or contact me, we'll get you set up and get the link. But I would say to you, you want to do it quickly. It's going to be this Saturday, and it's going to be 12 o'clock Eastern, but it's going to be jam-packed with information for you.
Awesome. And I did post that in here. If anybody's interested, whoever invited you to this, because I know, Robert, you invited people, I've invited people, people may catch this on the back end. If you guys want to take a look at an all-in-one tool that is very affordable, has an affiliate program. A lot of the good CRMs do have an affiliate program, or you get some kind of credit or discount savings. This definitely has that. And any other advice, Robert, that you have? I mean, you've been in business for a long time. You've seen every CRM probably that there is in following up systems. Do you have any advice on anything that we haven't covered, even email marketing or drip marketing, anything that you can share?
No, it's just that, again, it's all about bringing value. It's giver's gain. If you take the attitude of helping others, it's going to come back to you in waves of success. And so I'm a big believer in that. And if we're out there helping each other, uh, then success will come from to me also. And so that's what we're all about. That's what Lois is about. And you are very, very fortunate to be connected to her. And I highly recommend her.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And I know my hope is that I can become one of your experts in helping actually the execution of still the fortune is the follow up and how to develop those right systems too. And partnering with you has been such a gift, and you're awesome. And I always close, even though this is a special episode featuring you and talking about CRMs, and really appreciate your time. I always close with the same question of all of my guests, and it's because that this has so much depth and so much meaning. And I believe I bring on guests who really embody this message of healthy and wealthy and wise. And you've lived a lot of experience, and we believe that CRMs and these tools help people live a wealthier and more wise life. But what does that phrase, healthy and wealthy and wise, mean to you when you hear it, Robert?
Well, I worked a number of years in the corporate world, as I kind of was telling you about. I was highly involved in creating literally a major company inside of a major company, and what I learned is if you don't have health, it really doesn't matter if you have the wealth. And so it's almost like a combination of health, then wealth, and then you got to learn to be very wise and be very smart in how you do business. And so there's a lot of truths out there. I'm sure that Lois is bringing you along and teaching you this. And so if you can, and I literally got to the point, I said, if I don't start taking care of myself, I'm not going to be able to help these people that I'm working with. So I literally reversed it. Instead of working like 12, 14 hours a day, it reversed. I was going in at 8:30 and walking out at 5. So I learned how to be much more efficient, and literally um, brought my health back. And now I have 15-year goals. So my goal is to stretch it out for a long time, helping people.
I love it. I love it. Right. That's. I think Zig Ziglar said that too. He'd rather be refired than rehired or retired. Sorry, retired. It's There's so much more left to do in this life, right? And never taking it for granted. I love your zest for that, and you just keep going. It's like the tortoise versus the hare. A lot of people are right now, especially with COVID-19, and maybe their sales have been impacted. You still got to work smart as opposed to 24/7. And then that's why we wanted to bring this message to you guys today. CRM, a good CRM, and just because it's free doesn't mean that it's good or right for you. A good CRM with great support, Robert's been a phenomenal support for me, can help you leverage your time. In other words, make money while you sleep. A good CRM that has digital marketing components will do that for you. So thank you again, Robert, for being here today. Guys, please reach out to him or to myself if you have any other questions about how to choose and master the best CRM for you. And if you can make it on Saturday to that event, please reach out to me as well. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, here's to your health, your wealth, and your wisdom. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you so much.